But I know it's Women's Month. So do you have any advice for the young ladies that are coming up? Any advice for those who don't have the motivation that you have? What kind of spike could you give them?
Love that. You just go the Taylor Swift route and make the things that hurt you the motivators the motivators. So, I mean, quite literally making art out of the pain that you receive is probably a good one. Like, you know, I like to talk shit about my exes a lot. And I've done that before.
And awesome, and it feels great.
It feels great, and it makes art. You know, you can talk about podcasts. You know,
inside.
Yeah. So, and don't ever let anyone tell you that your voice. Yeah, don't ever let anyone criticize your voice, like your literal voice. People do that to women all the time. Mm-hmm. Like it's too shrill or it sounds like whatever. Don't listen to that shit. It's absolute garbage. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
No, some of them are annoying. But that's
true of anybody. There's annoying male voices.
But I don't think it's the voice. I think it's the energy they give that's more annoying than the actual voice. So yeah, I guess so.
Who are you thinking of?
Depends on who they're presenting.
I think you think about somebody at work that brought that to work.
On my nerve. You can stay away from my desk.
Oh, there you go.
I'm already on probation. But go ahead.
So another question that I have. So those days, so you became you started from an office manager. You moved. You say that you secretly fell into podcasting or by mistake. But when did you have that moment when it was like, aha, and what happened to cause that to go, I'm in the right place?
Oh, that's a great question.
Wow.
I think what it was once I got in the rhythm of working at Snap Judgment, my first job there, seeing other people realize their goals and realize their potential, that inspired me, that I wanted to keep going. And then when I got my chance to do it, the connection that I made with my guests, and my subject, because it was not a chat show, it was a, kind of documentary style. Mm-hmm. And just being able to make someone's story so beautiful and the gratitude that they gave, it was so great. And I still get high off of that. That's the kind of feeling that I get when I put somebody's story out there and I actually truly capture it the way that they intend for it to be captured, or, put an issue out there that needs to be paid attention to, because it's not always a person. That's like the purest joy that I have. There was one I will say in particular, when I was at the Cut, it was an episode about abortion, right when everybody was talking about Roe v. Wade getting overturned. Mm-hmm. It was a mother and a daughter who could not see eye to eye. The mom was pro-life, the daughter was pro-choice. And it wasn't like a typical religious thing. It wasn't like the mom was like, Jesus says no, so no. It was the mom had got pregnant unexpectedly at a very young age and had her daughter. And at that moment went to a doctor and to see if she should get an abortion, and everyone was telling her that she should get one. And then she tried to go through with it, felt a connection to the baby, and was like, I can't do this. So she had the baby, they have they're very close. And so she imprinted on her baby this idea that I couldn't do this. I feel that this is wrong. So this must be how all mothers feel. Like when they get pregnant, if you have a connection to your fetus, then that's motherhood. I felt it. I can't explain it to you other than to tell you that I felt it.
No.
And exactly. And so then the daughter was like, oh, you don't understand. Really trying to logically debate her and give her all the facts and being like, you don't understand why this is this.
But clearly she wouldn't be here. Anyway, go ahead.
Right. Exactly. And that was the tension there. And the daughter was very concerned about making it a podcast, because her intention wasn't to put her mom on blast and to get anybody on either side to yell at her mom. And so I moderated this discussion where I'm like, is there a way where either of you guys can just see each other's perspective for just a moment? And they're like, no.
It's okay to not agree.
And then we got into it and talked about it, and I moderated it, and it was such a rich discussion. Wow. And at the end of it, the mom was like, like, obviously this is a personal thing. Like, I'm emotionally connected to this. I feel like if I concede anything, then it's me saying I didn't want to have you. And I will never say that. And just her admitting that and like getting to the bottom of that was like, this is rich human experience here. This isn't
real life right there.
And the episode went out. The daughter was very happy with me. She was like, I trusted you to not make my mom look like an absolute dick. And you did it. Like we
But that's almost like a counselor, like a,
yes.
Like that's a whole nother realm to tap into.
Yeah. It's a lot like therapy.
Being someone who can see both sides is not, almost no one does that.
Not even seeing both sides. Like, I still, at the top, I was very clear. I was like, I don't agree with this. I am pro-choice. But it's the respect that I gave her that was very much like, I want to understand why you feel the way you do without attacking you. Yeah.
And come to find out it was deeper.
It was deeper. It wasn't, and that's the reason I was drawn to it. It's not something that's binary where it's like, this is what I was taught to believe. No, it's like, there's an emotional connection here. And there's something deep.
There's a lot of situations like that are, created out of a whole nother situation that has nothing to do with. You hear older people say a long time ago, there's more to that. There's something to that, or something like that. You'd be like, what? No, they was just arguing over a piece of chicken. No, they wasn't. It's way more to that. So that's beautiful that you can get to the root of something. And honestly, it I know it helped the daughter, but it definitely helped the mom.
Yeah,
because I don't think she really realized why she was so adamant about this. Because I went through that. I had a baby in 8th grade. So I had people telling me this, you can't do this religiously you can't have it, and religiously you must have it. So I didn't know what to do. But she's 28 now. I just feel like as a woman, it should be our choice, and I guess that's my business. And whoever doesn't believe that, I love them too.
Yeah. And look, you're also a cool granny too.
And
you're
I'm
a cool granny.
So, I didn't push her down the steps. She had the baby, so it's been nice, Adjusting.
Well, I finally jumped into that baby world myself, so I know.
Oh, congratulations!
Oh my God, it is work. It is work. Let me tell you. I tell all young men, take your time. Young ladies, I say, take your time. I tell everybody, take your time. Take your time. So, with everything you've done, not only did you have your aha moment, but you also won awards several times.
No, hold on. I missed that part. What do we got?
She's won several awards. She has, I'm going to read it out. She's a 2-time Third Coast Audio Festival competition winner, both gold in 2018 and silver in 2019, Women's Media Fund Grant winner, and you have quite a few. I can read some more.
Best of lists, mostly.
Yep, she's, let's see here, Daily the Snap. I got my notes here.
No, you're all good. I mean,
we know that. I know you got
episodes of the year list from IndieWire and Spotify.
Wow.
Yeah. And recently one of the podcasts that we kind of in my capacity at the LA Times, one of our podcasts just was nominated for Best Podcast for the Andes, which is like the Podcast Academy, sort of like the Oscars. Yes. Didn't win.
But you also, I saw you up there presenting.
I was up there presenting. Yeah.
Wow.
She was nominated. She presented. She got to rock a fly blue dress. I saw her. She was doing her thing.
Yep. Larry Wilmore said my name.
Oh my God, Larry! How good was Larry? Larry Wilmore.
Wow.
Yeah, Quana, Larry Wilmore. I was like, whoa, and he is hilarious in person.
He's great. He gives very big uncle energy. Yeah. Like he's definitely the kind of like science teacher at a middle school vibes.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But funny, but knows how to keep the class engaged.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
He was great. He was phenomenal.
Good energy.
Yeah. phenomenal energy.
So do you have
That
any more
is
questions?
beautiful.
Because you know I have questions. I have questions. Do you have any
No, I
more?
want you to go for it. You know, I don't have as many as you do.
So what would you
Sorry.
say is the most important milestone that you've achieved?
Oh God.
Right.
Most important milestone. I think in my career, it's actually probably that episode.
Okay.
Because I had done stuff before that was, you know, on the outside externally more important. You know, working at the New York Times or even like getting all those awards. But that, I'm not really about accolades like that. I'm not really, I mean, to be honest, we even did an episode about how most awards are bullshit, and they are. But, you know, that was like the moment. That one's not bullshit. That you deserve that one. Yeah. But I would say that that episode was important because it was like one of the first times, if not the only time, where I felt like I really connected and somebody trusted me with something that was extremely vulnerable, and I did not let them down. In a lot of ways, you're put in a position as a journalist where you kind of have to let people down.
Yes.
In some ways, nobody wants their dirty laundry out there, but we're not going to put an airbrushed version of the truth out there either. So you kind of have to hurt people if they want their story out there because, oh no, only focus on this. No, you can't do that. You have to tell the whole truth. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. This was one of those perfect occasions where the truth was ugly and beautiful at the same time, and they appreciated it, and it made real impact. I mean, I highly recommend it to listen to it. I still refer back to it. Yeah. Yeah. And it was nice. Pretty low production quality in terms of like what we actually did, but the content was great.
But what was amazing. So for me, diving into your work and from what I gather is like you treat the podcasting as like an art form for you. Like it's your like poetry. It's your way of your outlet. And with it, you get the accolades because you are putting out your art. And this is what your art represents to other people. So it wins. And you know, I'm taken from it because I love doing this. I've been loving doing this and meeting people like you because I put an art to this as well. After I edited and everything, you know. So forgive me that this has come out like, you know, 3 weeks later or 2 weeks later because I'm doing this. But I like to put it together with music and everything. I like to just dance it up. So I would love your input at the end. Yeah. Let me know what you think.
Sure. Awesome.
Another question of mine would be your favorite kind of music or your favorite kind of musicians, independently or not, that maybe we should check out.
Oh man, this is
you in the Bay Area? Are you in the Bay Area?
No, I'm in LA. I'm from the Bay Area.
LA. Oh, you're from?
Yeah.
A lot of talent comes out of the Bay Area.
Yes. Oh God, music. I would say recently I've been really into kind of low tempo instrumental stuff like Tommy Guerrero. Very much the kind of thing that you would, and I think this is because I'm a podcaster, to be honest. I almost don't want to hear, like, I prefer, I prefer it to sound like a score of my life, as if it were like, I like to imagine my life.
Your own music video.
Exactly. Like, I don't know if you guys remember Insecure had a promotional video, I think before season 4 or something. And it was just Issa driving a car with the song in the background, and she's just vibing. Like, that's how I picture myself in my life when I listen to music. I'm just like, what scene is this in my TV show?
Yeah.
So,
I keep it in my ear all day at work. I answer the phone and it'll probably be like Kenny G or something light. Sometimes I be trapped out. It don't matter. In corporate, like selling drugs in my head. Thank you. Please hold.
I was going to say, the reason I asked for what musicians or even independently, I like to sometimes open and close our podcast with an independent act. And sometimes I reach out to them and I just, hey, would you like to share this music video on our podcast?
Oh,
and
awesome.
we present it to our fans.
That's okay. Okay. So maybe, I don't think Tommy Guerrero has any music videos, but I could be wrong. All right. Let me think then. Okay. Here's one. Somebody I know. The band is called Incredible Change. I'm in this music video.
Oh.
Wait a minute now.
It sounds a lot cooler than it really is.
Was you drinking again?
Yes. Among other things. Yes, definitely for sure. And it looks like it. I'm doing the worm in it. So, but the music video is in the style of like of Godzilla taking over a city. But instead of Godzilla, it's a giant bird and something else.
Wow. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, it's very
is it the
DIY.
From Family Guy?
Is it what?
The chicken.
Yeah.
Is it the chicken from Family Guy?
It should be. It's a very goofy thing, but I'm sure that he would love.
I love that.
I'm sure he would say yes if he wanted to show it. It's the
Cool,
goofiest thing.
I'll reach out and I will definitely would love to play it because I just like to have fun, new music, new sounds, see what's happening out there. Just to change it up a little bit.
The world is evolving. We gotta evolve.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
We want to thank you once again. I don't want to keep you long. I like to end with one of my favorite questions. If you have, 3 influencers or motivators that you can think of that they motivate. They I think about these 3 things, these 3 people, or these 3 things, and this is what gets me going.
Yeah.
And why?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I will put a category instead of what if I could break the rule a little bit.
Hey,
a category of people.
I love breaking rules.
Mask lesbian TikTok people. Motivate me to get out of bed in the morning. I'm gay.
Okay.
So I spend a lot of time on that side of TikTok, and there is this world of women who are doing thirst traps in the style that men do, but doing it better and turning women.
Of course.
And
Okay.
if it happened to me, it'll happen to you. I love them. They're so strong in their, who they are, leaning into the sexiness of who they are without the, given sexiness of being a woman and femininity and like, oh, look at my boobs or whatever. Like they're like strong. Like this is the kind of thing that they would do. Like, like they're like very strong. Yeah. It's all about a vibe and an aesthetic, leaning into who they are. Love it. I love that we have a world where that is like a thirst trap that can happen and it would never happen otherwise.
Yeah, I seen one light skinned one on there. I cannot think of her name. She definitely trying to make me jump the fence.
Yeah. It's very persuasive.
She's so funny. She red ball father. You're so funny.
Talk to me again in a couple months and see if you still feel that way. Get deep into that world. Find yourself a beautiful stud, and it will change your life.
Let me tell you, water. Oh my goodness gracious! I can't wait to see this.
She definitely advocates.
So that's number one.
No one will treat you better than a masculine lesbian girlfriend. I will say that. Hands down. Flowers. My girlfriend just made me a dinner without me asking, and was like, "Hey, I know you have like recording. Here's some dinner, so you don't start.
They better not use my damn food stamp."
Funny. You so funny. You used to just...
That's the kids' damn food.
Welcome to All Gas. Okay, so we got number one.
Okay.
You just taught me something brand new. Now my TikTok algorithm is going to change.
Exactly.
You gonna catch me on it?
I'm gonna finally see you on there.
I'm in there like
You so funny. Oh my goodness.
That's funny. Okay, so number two. Number two is this fabulous woman named B.A. Parker. She's my former co-host on The Cut. She motivates me all the time. I constantly think about her. And she's an example of somebody who is exactly who she is and doesn't change according to trends or whatever. She's exactly who she is. She's a movie buff. She has this great voice that's kind of like small, but like so distinctly her. She's the host of Code Switch on NPR. Mm-hmm. She's wonderful. I love her. And all of her pieces, every time I hear them, they're just the perfect blend of quirky, relatable, but deep. And so I strive to be like her every day. Love her. Yeah. So that's my number 2. Number 3. Okay, I'm going to do something fun here. I'm going to say number 3 is you guys.
Oh, whoa, that's a first.
Oh, wow.
And I'll tell you why. It's people like you, and this is the reason why I do shows like this. It's like people like you, when you don't have like all the backing of a huge publication or like all the support to just like kind of be lazy with it, like you have to do it out of drive and passion. And you're doing this at like, what, 11, 10 o'clock right now? Your time?
11:30. Yeah.
Exactly. What time is it over there?
It's 8:22.
What time is it? It's 11:22 here.
Yeah. But that's what I mean is like, this is why I will always accept requests like this is like, you guys have dreams and passions and you're putting your effort and your work behind it. And like, that is the kind of thing that motivates me because it's so easy to get burnt out. It's so easy to lose your drive. And the people who keep their drive, even when there isn't like that feedback loop of like, yeah, praise, you're doing great. You still going when you're doing it alone and without like the support. It's just like an incredible amount of drive. Like I couldn't do that. Like I always had to have some kind of validation externally of mine. And I admire the hell out of people who don't need that and do it regardless. And that's you guys.
It's scary.
That's awesome.
We thank you. Cause
that is awesome. Yes, thank you.
Yes, thank you very much.
She's at LA Times.
Especially at Quanta, we've been working very hard.
I got pushed off the metro bag.
Awesome. Jazmin, thank you so much. If you have a question, we also ask our guests to ask us a question. If you have a question to ask us, so we can answer for you.
Yeah, I had a question. How did you guys meet?
Wow. You want to take a corner?
Is that a spicy question?
It's because it's a great story.
We were in the same neighborhood, and I was the loud girl on the bus, and he was the quiet boy on the bus. And then we grew up, and we saw each other on Facebook again, and he found out I was still loud, and he wanted me to come and be loud on his show, and that's what we did. But yeah, we met as kids.
Oh.
We met.
That's so
sweet.
He
was one of the first people that I met when I first moved from New York.
Oh.
She lived up the street from my grandma.
That's so sweet. So you guys went to the same school and everything. Yep. Oh.
Yeah, my class house was right down the street from his house.
Yep.
So it was, And then he see me again. He's like, oh yeah, she's still the same. She still got that same energy. So yeah, that was it.
And I called her one day. I said, she was in Florida.
Yeah.
And she was like, when I get back, I'll call you. And I waited it was like a year. I waited that year. And it's so funny, the podcast that we have now, there were other people involved at one time. Mm-hmm. Fell apart. Like you said, it's difficult.
Yeah.
It fell apart. Everybody left. And I was, except for one of my boys, OG Frank, my old school brother. And I said, I got this young lady that she is hilarious. And when she gets on the show, it's going to take it to another level. And it has been happening. And she's taking us to another level. We're having a great time.
Yeah.
And we thank you for saying what you said. That was awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. We're going to have to put that clip out.
I am. I'm going to make that a clip.
Put that in the promos. Los Angeles Times says the passion and drive is unmatched. Yeah.
Amen. Well, Jazmin, thank you so much. Next time you're in the DMV,
I gotta go to the West Coast this time. Next time we go, I gotta go.
Hit me up.
I'm gonna take you. And also, there's a podcast. I'm gonna keep you up to date. Yeah. But Jazmin, if you're ever in DC, we have our own studio.
Oh, nice.
We have a studio with my boy Rex Carolus. He has a beautiful studio. You will love it. It's a spaceship.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, it's a spaceship, literally.
That's awesome.
It's literally a spaceship.
My office is alien themed, so
I love it.
Yes. You're gonna love it. And
Area 51.
We eat, we chill, we drink, we have a good time.
That's amazing.
And we do this all over again. So please let us know. But
all right.
If you can let our guests know where they can find you once again, your name, and thank you very much.
Yeah, sure. You can find me on Instagram. That's A Scent of Jazmin. So a scent, like a literal odor scent, ASCENT of Jazmin, and Jazmin is spelled the English way, Jasmine, even though my name is Jazmin. Could not get that handle. So you can find me on Instagram or my email address, which is email jasminaguilera@gmail.com. I love requests like this. I will take a coffee with you. I will give you insight, whatever it is that you want to do. If you have a dream, I will share what I know with you.
Wow.
I love that.
She's so beautiful.
I love that. No,
she's so beautiful.
Yeah,
she's awesome. When I met her, I was like, the vibe was awesome. You got to meet my girl Fayla. Fayla is even dope. She met Fayla, Quan. I was down there with Fayla. Remember Fayla?
Yes.
Yes. Shout out to Fayla. Shout out to her iced tea show she's doing. Shout out.
Amazing.
Fayla. Well, Quanta, where can they find you at?
Yes, I am Quanta Ballin. I am on Instagram. I am everywhere you want to be. I am on Facebook. I'm in jail, but I'll be out soon as Quanta Ballin and Quanta Diva Ballin and Ballin Diva Quanta. And I'm on a couple of other social sites that I might not be on long, but I'm out there. So if you need me, find me, holler at your girl. What you got?
Yo, I want to shout out to my boy Rex Corolla. Shout out to OG Frank. You can find them on Instagram. Shout out to @AGNB Podcast. Hey. Please keep subscribing, keep tuning in. We're getting better and better, and we're meeting more cooler people like Miss Jazmin over here. We're doing our thing, guys. Thank you, Jazmin.
All right, no problem. Good night.
Until you're too soon, before you realize it's just too late. When you're free, what it's gonna be, whether or not you wish to see. Forgive, release, forgive everyone, except when it's still going on, except when you decide it's wrong. Everything's fine when your eyes scream by. Everything's wrong when I'm up all night. Things of this world is sinking deeper inside. How can you sleep when you're talking to me? Oh, good answer for making it better. If you leave it all up to chance, you might get stuck at the end of your path. Rocking back and forth in your rocking chair. You're going too fast, saying you're not gonna last. Forgive, release, forgive everyone, except when it's still going on, except when you decide it's wrong. I can remember the day I cracked, my heavy weight laying on my back. Out of my hopes that began to rock. How can you hold an anchor in the sea? Underneath when you can't even breathe. Everything's fine when you ask me back, but everything's wrong when I'm up all night. Taste of this wine is sinking deeper inside. Holding a secret when you're talking to me. Everything's wrong when you ask me back, and everything's wrong when I'm up all night. Taste of this wine is sinking deeper inside. Holding a secret when you're talking to me. Growing inside. Oh,
Hey, what's up, everybody? Super Saiyan Santi of All Gas No Brakes podcast. I figured out how to get that ring light out of my glasses, right? But yo, we have a dope podcast today, man. Like, this is crazy today. So you stay tuned. I went to Podcast Evolutions conference, podcast movement. Man, the players and the ballers. Hey, what's up, Lady Duchess? Hey.
Hello.
You got it.
I did it. I'm so proud of myself.
I'm proud of you.